When you go through something painful in life, it's normal as a human being to want to block that pain out. Well, Poplarville is doing the exact opposite in response to last year's state championship game heartbreak, and it's starting to pay off as the Hornets kick off their annual Ironman week with a single point in mind.
25 teams in 25 days. Brought to you by Champion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Singing River Health System in partnership with Oshner.
I like this team because we got a target on our back. We all know it. We all ready for it. Ain't nobody shying down. Ain't nobody trying to hide. I love how everybody is ready for it.
Protecting the tradition of 5 straight South State Championship game appearances starts by embracing the Big Red Target in a big green and gold weight room as a part of Hornet Ironman Week dating back almost 15 years.
It's a real big thing for us, been doing it for years and years, and everybody gets to come and compete. It's a friendly competition between everybody, and it's just great atmosphere in here.
A banner in the film room for the top 10 and a spot as team captain for the top 1 decided by the Wednesday through Friday grind of bench press, squat, power clean, agility drills, 40-yard dash, and the mile run.
That's going to be hung up in that room till this place tears down. It's a real big thing for everyone. It's a big feeling.
Some kids kind of make a name for themselves that may have been just quietly working their tail off, and then get up in that top 10, and maybe it will open our eyes. Maybe it will force us to, hey, we need to get this kid on the field. He earned his way into the top 10.
As a program, Poplarville is certainly no stranger to being in the top 10 and almost always the top 2. The Hornets have represented Class 4A South in 3 consecutive state championship games in 4 out of the last 5.
Not to be cocky about it, but it's kind of like a tradition coming to us because we come in here every summer, we put the work in to be able to play every December and practice on Thanksgiving and all that stuff, and it's real big for us to do that.
No doubt we're proud of what we've accomplished. Would we like to have a state championship ring? Absolutely.
The 2020 state title game was supposed to be different, and it was, for more than 47 of the 48 minutes until Louisville's late fourth quarter touchdown drive and supplemental game-winning 2-point conversion sealed Poplarville's fate in the form of a crushing 15-14 gut punch.
It's hard. It takes a while. A lot of us, still have it on us right now where it still hits us, and it's a hard thing to really take on, losing by 1 point in the last play of the game. It's heartbreaking, it really is.
Born out of the ashes of defeat, Poplarville's new dry fit t-shirt design, just in case anyone forgot how bad it hurt.
What could you do? What could you have done? What can you do now to be 1 point better?
When we first got it, it was a little embarrassing. We looked at it, we didn't really want it on us, but then we sat back and thought about it. We see 15-14 on our bag. We look at that last rip. Do we really want to go to 15-14 again, or we want to win the game? So it's really motivation, so we don't end up like that again.
More than just a messenger of inspiration, 3-star recruit Khalid Moore is quickly turning into one of the state's top Division I talents, having already committed to Mississippi State ahead of his senior season.
His physicality and his relentless effort really sticks out on film.
It feels good. I feel like I made the right choice in my heart because they've been with me since day one, so they made me feel like family.
As for his Poplarville family, there's no reinventing the wheel in 2021. Despite losing Gregory Swan to graduation, the Hornets returned Tyron Holston and DJ Richard Bay as 2 of the team's 3 1,000-yard rushers from a team that finished 10-4 despite starting 0-3. The South State champs bring back 11 other returning starters as well as 22 seniors, eager and ready to make sure 5th time's the charm.
I believe this is really, driven team, being that we've been apart for 3 years of heartbreak, and we got a lot, we want to get to a lot. We got to prove here.
I hate to say it, but the past in the past, and the season about to start, so we got a new goal in mind, and same goal in mind, trying to get a ring, but 15-14, that's still us. It still happened to us. We just let it motivate us.
The last time Pascagoula High School competed in Region 4 Class 6A, the Panthers finished with an overall record of just 1-10. And that was in 2018. In the meantime, that 9th grade team played D'Iberville for the district championship, and so it's now that senior class of 2022 leading the Panthers' return to the 6A ranks at stop number 13 on News 25's 25 Teams in 25 Days.
25 teams in 25 days. Brought to you by Champion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Singing River Health System in partnership with Oshner.
This team, the identity is going to be proving the point. proving that we can play in 6A and proving that we can compete as much as everybody else in 6A can.
Taking the place of West Harrison in Region 4 Class 6A for at least the next 2 years is a program with plenty of big game pedigree. Last season, the Panthers were one of just 2 coast teams playing on South State weekend, and they even got to host.
I mean, it was awesome last year. We were doubted very much. I mean, we were 3rd in our division, and then out of nowhere at the end, we just went on a crazy run, and we became district champs, made it to South State.
We was just speaking everything into existence, and it was just happening. So it was really nothing to it but just work out here at practice and then just the grind and just come together.
Pascagoula won its last 2 district games of the season to force a 4-way tie for first place with a mark of 5-2, in which the Panthers came out atop the Region 4 5A standings for the first time since 2013. The first-round home game against Brookhaven turned into a bye week due to COVID-19, but the Cardiac Kids made good on a second-round rematch against Hattiesburg, winning an overtime thriller on the strength of 2 clutch field goals. However, the magic faded on the Friday after Thanksgiving in a 2-point South State loss to eventual 5A state champion West Jones, capping off the 8-5 showing not many people saw coming.
It just instills a sense of hunger, a pride to get there again, to show you have the opportunity and to get there again, and that's the goal.
Last year we were underdogs. I don't think anybody gave us a chance, and we really bounced off and upset a lot of people, or upset to the fans, I guess, or whoever doubted us. But this year we have motivation to bounce back from the loss to West Jones. I mean, it was a tough loss, so we're just going to come back harder this year.
On the quest for the program's first gold ball since 1987 is an 18-member senior class of 2022 to go along with 13 returning starters, including junior quarterback and Mississippi State baseball commit Keelan Parnell, who accounted for 22 total touchdowns in 2020. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to attend this particular practice, but everyone else is more than happy to brag on his behalf.
Me and Keelan, that's the duo, like it's always been, and just my old lineman just protecting him.
I mean, he's just like, you can't tackle him in a phone booth. I mean, he's just shifty, man. It's just awesome. He's a great quarterback.
Keelan Parnell has the ability to make everybody around him better, and that's the captain class does that, and he's definitely a member of the captain class. I mean, you look at the great teams throughout history, from the Boston Celtics and Bill Russell to Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, to you go ahead and you look at Jack Lambert and the Pittsburgh Steelers. You had that one consummate leader that elevated the play of everyone around them, and Keelan has that unique ability.
As a team, the rally point of the Pascagoula football program starts at the front door to the field house. A war-face mentality standing for work, accountability, respect, family, attitude, character, and enthusiasm. This year, it's all about the A's.
Attitude part.
Attitude, very much. I mean, it all starts how you wake up, your attitude starts from there.
Attitude and accountability. Attitude, because you always got to be positive no matter what happens. And accountability, you got to be a good person.
The Panthers don't have to look very far to find a real-life example of both attitude and accountability in the form of 11th-year head coach Lewis Sims. Underneath the bucket hat is a selfless symbol of strength and courage in the war face of adversity.
That's awesome, I mean, like, for him to sacrifice his hair. I mean, people love the hair, and I mean, just for him to sacrifice that for his wife, I mean, it just motivates us to do it for him.
Right before our South State game, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she's the toughest woman I know, and so we kind of kept that to ourselves, and I let the team know that next week. But she is fully on her way to recovery. She's been through radiation, chemo. When she lost her hair, my son and I cut ours off. If anything, just going through this with her and watching the strength that she has proven to me that we can do anything we put our minds to. Just get up every day, give it your best shot, and embrace every single day you have, because you never know when that life will be challenged.
When Friday night meets Saturday morning in the middle of August, the countdown is on at Long Beach High School. Second-year head football coach Ryan Ross calls it Midnight Madness as the Bearcats strap on the pads before anyone else. That's stop number 17 on News 25's 25 Teams in 25 Days.
25 Teams in 25 Days. Brought to you by Champion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Singing River Health System in partnership with Oshner.
For us, it kind of starts the season off, and hey, it's here again, here we go.
When the clock strikes midnight, emerging from the Long Beach locker room are the varsity members of the No Sleep team.
It's fun to come out here. High school is coming out at 12 o'clock, play football. Who wouldn't want to do that? Get turned up in the locker room before, you know what I mean?
The Bearcats now in their second year of Midnight Madness under head coach Ryan Ross, who brought his first MHSAA practice in full pads tradition over from Ocean Springs, and the players love it.
You're going to find out who'll hit somebody in the face and who'll welcome that and who won't. And that's kind of what the goal is for the night.
It's just like you get a burst of energy. That first hit makes you just want to hit people more and more and more. It's just like something that you feel happy about. And then when you're out there, everybody on you, you don't want to mess up. So you try your hardest to, do your job.
Perhaps the spark the Bearcats need to wipe the slate clean of back-to-back one-win seasons. They were on the right track after winning last year's regular season opener at West Harrison, but that didn't stop history from repeating itself in the form of a 1-9 season, including 3 losses due to forfeiture between COVID-19 and Hurricane Zeta.
1-8, that was a record last year. A few games was that to COVID, but we were not doing good at all. So, we're trying to change it this year.
After losing that many games 2 years in a row and having a lot of people, not having faith in you no more, it eventually wants you to just do your best, win more games, and have people, change that feeling about you. They come to the games and have faith that you're going to win that game instead of, saying Long Beach, they lose every game, 8 games every year, or they haven't won more than 2 games in the past couple years. They're just sick of hearing it, and you just want to change.
When the Bearcats were able to take the field, they scored more than 1 touchdown just twice last year, leading to an average margin of defeat of more than 18 points per game.
Last year was more ball control and trying to stay in ball games as much as we could, but this year we're going to open it up and try to spread it out a little bit, have more explosive plays.
We're in a good spread offense, and I feel like we can put a lot of points up per game. If everybody shows up, dedication, those plays, we should be fine.
Long Beach returns both 9 seniors and 9 starters for the 2021 campaign on its quest to get back to the playoffs for the first time in a decade. The upside of having just 1 winning season during that stretch, nowhere to go but up.
Energy's always good to have coming into a new season because, if we start out bad, we want to have that energy, enough energy to fight back.
After losing a lot of games, you eventually decide that you don't want to lose no more. Like you said, nobody likes losing, so winning more games than we did in a couple, few years being the class to change things around, bringing hope and everything. People think we lose games a lot and everything. We want to be the group to change that around, have everybody look at Long Beach different than they did in these past couple years, see that there's actually changes instead of just saying changes. You want to show people that you actually can make a change.